Hello future engineers, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends. To your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe.
Hello future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. There is another video in Engineers in Progress, particularly on the topic the straight line. In this video, I'm going to derive the fifth standard form of equation of a line. The first four standard forms were already discussed in the preceding uh, videos, and if you want to master points, curves, and coordinates, all you have to do is you have to watch all the videos arranged in order so that you will little by little improve in your way of uh, analyzing mathematical problems that are uh, described by points and curves. And in this case, we have straight lines. So I'm going to discuss first the normal form of equation of straight line. So let's consider this plane, and we have a line with general equation ax plus by plus c equals 0, and its distance, perpendicular distance or shortest distance from the origin, which is denoted by p as shown. This line p is perpendicular to this given line here, and the angle that p makes with the positive x-axis in counterclockwise direction is theta as shown. Take note that this is 90 degrees minus theta, therefore this is also theta. The y-intercept of this line is, if you can recall, it is negative c divided by square root of a squared plus b squared. Then a line through the point x1, y1 parallel to this will have the equation of the form ax plus by equals ax1 plus by1, also derived in the preceding videos. So ax plus by equals ax1 plus by1. They have the same first two terms in x and y. They only differ in the constant terms. Then this is the other possibility or position of the line ax plus by plus c equals 0. It may cross in the second quadrant, third, and so on and so forth. So I'll just consider these two situations, but this is also applicable to any position of the line. The angle that line P this time makes with the positive x-axis is also denoted by theta, but in this case theta is obtuse. So this is 180 degrees minus theta. So the slope of line P is equal to the tangent that P makes with the positive x-axis. So it is tangent of theta. And since the slope of this line is in general negative coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y, negative a over b, therefore the slope of p is the negative reciprocal of negative a over b, which is b over a, positive b over a, or the slope of the line in terms of theta is negative cotangent of theta, because the slope of p is tangent theta, so the slope of this line is the negative reciprocal of tangent theta, so negative cotangent theta. So it is slope of the line is negative a over b, and it is negative of cotangent theta. Therefore, we cancel negative sign. Tangent theta is b over a as expected. We then draw a right triangle defining tangent theta. So that is theta, opposite is b, adjacent side is a, and therefore the hypotenuse is plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared. We'll just have plus minus signs for the hypotenuse because coefficients a or b may be positive or negative. So from the general form ax plus by plus c equals 0, all you have to do is divide this everything by plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared after we also transpose c to the right. So a over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared times x plus b over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared times y equals negative c over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared. Now, from this right triangle, we defined a over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared as cosine of theta, and b over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared as sine of theta. And we just leave this as negative c over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared, and let us explore and find out the equivalence of this expression. So therefore x cosine theta plus y sine theta equals negative c over a squared plus b squared. So again, for this line here, P makes with an angle of theta with the positive x-axis, and from geometry this is also theta, and the y-intercept of that line is denoted by small letter b. So sine theta is opposite P over B, and remember that B is negative C over coefficient of B, coefficient of Y, which is B. So B, small b is negative C over B, if you can recall. Therefore, P is negative C over B sine theta, and sine theta is B over plus minus square root of A squared plus B squared. Cancelling out B, P therefore is negative C over plus minus square root of A squared plus B squared, which is this expression here. Therefore, the normal form is x cosine theta plus y sine theta equals P. So that you can easily recall this from the general equation, all you have to do is divide all terms from this general equation by plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared, transpose c to the right. We interpret this value at the right side as the distance of the line from the origin, or the distance of the origin from the line, and that is denoted by P. So that's the normal form of equation of a line, the fifth standard form of equation of a line. So P is negative C over plus minus square root of A squared plus B squared. Remember that? And that is, to easily recall this, you just transpose C to the right, or negative of C from the general equation, divide it by plus minus square root of A squared plus B squared. So that's the distance of the line or the origin, distance of the line from the origin, or distance of the origin from the line, vice versa. So let's derive the expression for the distance of a point x1, y1 from the line ax plus by plus c equals 0. So if this is ax plus by plus c equals 0, then through the point x1, y1 parallel to this given line, the equation is ax plus by equals ax1 plus by1 as derived in the previous videos. And that's the technique also. So the distance of the line, this line here, so the distance of the line from this line here from the origin is P as shown, and for the distance of the line through x1, y1 parallel to this line here from the origin is denoted by P1. so that the distance of the point x1, y1 from this line here is denoted by d, and from the figure d is p1 minus p. And remember that p1 is the distance of this line here from the origin, wherein the technique is when the constant is transposed to the right, all you have to do is divide that by plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared. Therefore, p1 is ax1 plus by1 over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared, while p is negative c over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared. So d therefore is ax1 plus by1 over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared minus negative c over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared. Therefore, the distance formula, distance from a point x1, y1 to the line ax plus by plus c equals 0 is ax1 plus by1 plus c over plus minus square root of a squared plus b squared. Because distance is always positive, unless it is directed distance, we revise this formula by putting plus minus signs in the numerator. So that's distance from a point to a line. And interpret the result as, for the sign in the numerator, use plus if the point lies above the line, like in the illustration here. If the point lies above this line here, then use plus as sign. Then if it is below, use minus. The sign of the radical is the same as the sign of the coefficient of y, which is b. Again, use the sign of the radical is the same as the sign of b. So if the sign of b is negative, then use negative as the sign of the radical. If the point lies above the line, then use plus. Minus if the point lies below. So the resulting sign here should be always positive. But for pure distance, because when you say distance of the point from the line, it is understood positive, then we simply put absolute value bars. So for pure distance, because distance is understood positive, distance is absolute value of ax1 plus by1 plus c over square root of a squared plus b squared. No more signs. For parallel lines, because parallel lines have the same first two, we can make the first two terms of equations of parallel lines as the same, then we can eliminate the first two terms. They only differ in the constant terms. Therefore, the distance between parallel lines is absolute value of the difference of the constants divided by square root of a squared plus b squared. So absolute value of c sub 1 minus c sub 2 over square root of quantity a squared plus b squared. This is the distance between parallel lines, which is understood positive also. So let's now apply normal form to solving these problems. Allow me to present the solution with less animations for this time. Find the distance of the origin from the line. We have 4 lines here and same lines, but distance of the point negative 2, 3 from the same lines. So I'll present 2 solutions each, and I hope that after I solve the problem, you can say that it's easy to find the distance between any point and the line without memorizing the formulas. So first, for 3x plus 4y minus 8 equals 0, let's plot and sketch its graph by writing this in intercept form. That's line 1. Then 3x plus 4y equals 8. Divide everything by 8. So x over 8 over 3 plus y over 2 equals 1. The x-intercept is 8/3 or 2 and 2/3. This is point. The y-intercept is 2, which is that point. And this is the line with the slope negative 3 over 4, but this is a line pointing up to the left, that's negative slope. So disregarding the sign, that's 3, 4, and I'll call this theta 1. Inverse tangent of theta 1, or tangent theta 1 is 3 over 4, so theta 1 is 36.87 degrees as it labeled or indicated here. So this is the line, and this is the distance of the origin from that line, distance 1. So if this is 36.87, which is theta 1, 90 minus theta 1, so that's theta 1. This is the y-intercept 2, and we have defined a triangle here with the sides. So let's define cosine theta 1. Cosine theta 1 is distance 1 over hypotenuse, which is 2, the y-intercept. So the slope, that's the slope, and this is the angle theta 1 for the calculations. So distance 1, cosine theta 1 is distance 1 adjacent over hypotenuse 2. And in this triangle, it is also 4. Cosine theta 1 is 4 over 5. That's why distance 1 is 8 over 5 units by just drawing the figure. Using the formula, distance 1 is absolute value of 3 times 0 plus 4 times 0 minus 8 over square root of 3 square plus 4 square. So absolute value of negative 8 is 8 over 5. This is 5, so 8 over 5, which verifies that answer. Then 18, 8 triple I, x plus 4 equals 0. This is the line, vertical line, x plus 4 equals 0, or x equals negative 4, which is a vertical line parallel to the y-axis, 4 units to the left of the y-axis. Therefore, the origin is 4 units from this line. So there's no need to solve it. Or it is 0, right x is 0, the x coordinate of the origin, minus left x negative 4, so 4 units. How about the distance of the origin from y minus 3 equals 0? Y minus 3 equals 0, or y equals 3 is a horizontal line parallel to the x-axis, 3 units above the x-axis as shown. That's for 18b. So this is y minus 3, and it is 3 units above the x-axis or above the origin. For the distance, in general, it is upper y 3 minus lower y 0. So that's why it's 3 units distance for. Then for 18b, 3x plus 4y minus 8 equals 0. The distance of negative 2 comma 3, which is this. So this is the distance, which is very small. And let me enlarge it. Let us say this is the y-intercept, which is 2 units. So therefore, that's 2, 2. Then, if this is 2 units from here, then that's 1. Therefore, the hypotenuse is square root of 5. Then, this is the line, 3x plus 4y minus 8 equals 0. It makes an angle with horizontal of 36.87, remember. Then for this right triangle with opposite to this angle is 1, adjacent is 2. Inverse tangent of 1 over 2 is 26.565 degrees. So we isolate this right triangle. The measure of this small angle here is 36.87 degrees minus 26.565 degrees, and that's 10.305 degrees. Therefore, distance B is hypotenuse square root of 5 sine of 10.305 degrees, and that is 0.4 unit. The other way is using the formula here, 3 times x10 origin plus 4 times 0 minus 8, so negative 8, so 8 absolute value over square root of 5, so that's why it is 8 over, so sorry, 3 times negative 2, the point is negative 2 comma 3, plus 4 times 3 minus 8 over square root of 3 square plus 4 square, so negative 6 plus 12, 6 minus 8, negative 2, absolute value of negative 2 is 2, 2 over 5 is 2/5 or 0.4, so that verifies the answer. So 2 solutions. Next, distance of this point from this line. The slope of this line is, writing it in intercept form first to plot. So 2x minus 6y equals negative 11. Divide everything by negative 11. So x over negative 11 halves plus y over 11 over 6 equals 1. The x-intercept is negative 11 halves or negative 5.5, which is this point. The y-intercept is 11 over 6 or 1 and 5/6, which is that point. Then this is the line 2x minus 6y plus 11 equals 0. The slope is negative coefficient of x, negative 2 over coefficient of y, negative 6, so 1/3. Inverse tangent of 1/3 is 18.435 degrees, which is this angle. Then, because we have this imaginary right triangle here, this is 3 units, and this is negative 2 minus negative 2 minus negative 5.5, so 3.5. Therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, this distance from the point of intersection of the line with the x-axis and the point negative 2, 3 is square root of horizontal distance squared 3.5 squared plus vertical distance squared 3 squared, so square root of 85 over 2. Then this angle, the measure of this angle is inverse tangent of 3 over 3.5, and that's 40.601 degrees. Therefore, for this small angle here, for this right triangle, because this is denoted distance 2 sub b, is 40.601 degrees minus 18.45 degrees, 22.166 degrees. So solution, sine of 22.166 degrees is opposite, which is distance 2b over hypotenuse square root of 85 over 2. Using your calculator, the distance b2 is 1.739 units. Then another solution using the formula 2 times x1 negative 2 minus 6 times y1 3 plus 11 over square root of 2 square plus 6 square. This is negative 4, negative 18, so negative 22 plus 11, negative 11. Absolute value of negative 11 is 11 over square root of 40, just like this, 11 over square root of 40. So distance 2b is 1.739 units. It just happens that the distance of the line from the origin is the same, 1.739 units, because if you look at the figure, they seem to be equal, but verified they are really equal. So that's it. Then for distance of x minus x plus 4 equals 0 from negative 2, 3. So for this distance, you just count it's 2 units, but the general solution is right x negative 2 minus left x of this line negative 4. Negative 2 minus negative 4 is positive 2. So that's why it's positive 2. And the distance of this point from the line y minus 3 equals 0 is upper y 3 minus lower y, which is also 3. So that's why it's 0. And from the figure, it obviously passes through negative 2, 3. So that's it for this video. I hope that you were able to understand the explanations, the derivation of the normal form and its application here. I hope that you can solve problems on finding the distance from a point to a line. I presented 2 solutions so that if in case you forget the formula, there's another way using plane trigonometry.